Is counterterrorism campaign. Federal government moves to fast-track trial of 5,000 insurgents. The stage at which we are now in Nigeria, security-wise. On the Daily Trust newspaper, the leading headline is 2027, no appointments for Ohaneze declares last Saturday of January as Igbo Adoration and Thanksgiving Day. Give graduates industry-ready skills. So you'll find that on the Nation newspaper as well, and find out who said that. On the Guardian newspaper, sugar tax dangerous to manufacturing sector, CPPE. And then there's also an interesting story of how Emefiele ordered disbursement of 1.6 billion naira, according to ex-colleague. U.S. plans options to protect Christians in Nigeria soon. That's also a story on the Guardian newspaper. You might want to look that up. And then police intensify crackdown on illegal number plates, siren abuse in Ogun State. Okay, those were the headlines we were ready to take this morning. Let's go join Rufai Oseni for his thoughts on the headlines this morning. Stay with us.
Okay, a couple of stories making the rounds. So, the famous lawyer Nibe Efyong is saying that actually he went to the court and he discovered at the court that there's a case currently ongoing where that there's been a ruling, I think by Justice Lifo, in one of the courts in Abuja. And the ruling pretty much is centered about the Labour Party at the Bako. And they said the ruling was talking about the fact that the court has said they should go and recognize Nenadi Usman, as the head of the Labour Party. If you remember, there's been a back and forth between the Abure faction and Nenadi Usman faction as regards who is going to be the leadership of the Labour Party. And in fact, there's been a Supreme Court ruling to that effect, which the Abure faction said does not still hold water and the like. So we are still going to wait for this story to come out. But I mean, I'm just reporting the story based on Nibe Efyong's hearing of the judgment by Justice Peter Leaf in one of the courts in Abuja. The conversation about that's making the rounds about APC saying, "Oh, we are going to, there's no automatic tickets for any governor that comes to our political party." I just think it's political speak to a large extent. And it's political speak because when you look at the antecedent, they don't want to be seen, or they don't want people to say, oh, they are undemocratic with their process. I don't think any governor that decamp to APC will be stupid enough to decamp to APC without assurances of, the certainty of their tickets. And by the way, the person anyway is the sitting governor. Except for cases like Ambode, that you will know that he had offended the powers that be, you can hardly, and I repeat, you can hardly defeat a sitting governor in a party primaries. So they talk about no automatic ticket and all of that. I just think it's one of their political speak back and forth, as always. Maybe it's just something to be able to get on people. Another story making the rounds. Nigeria no happen to us, and the shame at which our leaders make this country feel is a very sad one. And I say Nigeria no happen to us is a very big prayer, because look at the rigmarole that happened in Kaduna and Kuduru. So people were kidnapped, and before the government could come out and accept that people were kidnapped, they first made a rigmarole and they first denied it. And part of the things the police was saying is that we first denied it because they wanted to be sure. After some Christian aid agencies and some Christian charities had said that they went there and they actually saw the local government chairman coming out of the place where the thing had happened, and were already well aware of the incident. And in fact, there were conversations around the local government authorities trying to downplay the matter. I think at first, if we truly want to build a country and we don't want to play politics, that local government chairman in Kuduru must be called for questioning. Because how does an incident like that happen? And at first we try to downplay it. Downplaying that incident for me is complicity. Because if the incident had been escalated when the people, over 177 people, were kidnapped and they were moved into the bush and all of that, then definitely probably would have gotten them back. So I think there's a level of complicity going on. And this idea of trying to politicize all the things that are happening with a level of insecurity is just a no-no. And it's a sad reminder that Nigeria does happen. And Nigeria happens to all of us in very crazy ways. Can you imagine? 177 people kidnapped. The biggest story is not the fact that they are even kidnapped. It's the fact that the government of Kaduna is trying to deny. And these are the same people that do deals with bandits here and there. So these deals they do with bandits, what's the essence of doing this peace agreement with these bandits when they still go and kidnap people anyway? In that same community, they kidnapped some people recently that they are told to pay ransom, and more people are still going to be kidnapped. Then what kind of society are we living in? What kind of country are we building for the generation yet unborn? The fact that there's so much complicity, they kidnap people in the community, government lied about the fact that the kidnapping never happened. If not for the fact that the people released the names of the people kidnapped. Some families, family of 12 kidnapped. The youngest person is about 6 years old. A child of 6 years, just spent 6 years in this war. Nigeria has already happened to the child. The child is kidnapped. The oldest person there is about 71 years old. That's the state of insecurity in the country. And our politicians keep playing games with the lives of people like it doesn't even matter. You will see, nothing is going to happen to that chairman that is trying to deny whatever happened in that local government. What kind of country are we building? What kind of legacy are we even leaving for generation yet unborn? Are we building a country of criminals? What is really wrong with us?
If you remember the case between Sujimoto and the Enugu state government, we are now hearing that EFCC hands 1.2 billion recovered from Sujimoto to the Enugu state government. You remember that Sujimoto, a big time Lagos construction agent and company that was, taken to do some work in Enugu, but he couldn't do the work, he couldn't do the schools, and the Enugu state government was back and forth with him. Finally, it's been said that EFCC had recovered about 1.2 billion from him, and that money now has been handed to the Enugu state government to be able to build, the schools that they wanted to build before. So let's see how all of this pans out. Malami accuses DSS of denying him access to family and legal team. I would just want to say that there should be a level of fair hearing, and anybody that has been arrested should give a level of fair hearing, and the person is not guilty until the person has been tried and found guilty. So we just want to call for that. Court grants Bauchi Finance Commissioner 100 million bail in terrorism financing case. If you remember, the Bauchi state governor was talking about this case where he said they were going after his commissioner and a lot had been happening. He was calling it a political witch hunt. In fact, the EFC had told him that don't add politics into the matter, that we are trying the case. So that commissioner has finally been granted bail in this 100 million case. The court is also to set January 26 to rule on the final forfeiture of the London property linked to Jeremiah Hussaini and Ozekome. If you remember the Talishani incident where it was said that some people had represented themselves as Talishani to be able to lay claim to a particular property in the UK. So the Federal High Court has fixed January 26 to rule on the final forfeiture of a London property. The decision followed the failure of individuals or representatives of Hussaini's estate to appear within 14 days video to show cause why the property should not be forfeited. The story was that I think Ozekome was trying to lay claim to the property, saying that Jeremiah Hussaini had given to him, and they had bought the property with a fictitious name, Talishani, a passport, and there was impersonation where he used that passport to be able to tender in court to say that he's the rightful owner of the property. So that has also been on for a while, and all of that case centered around the Talishani episode has been on for a bit. So a court will be ruling on the forfeiture of that property. PDP has reacted by saying the failed cover-up, the attempt to cover up the abduction by the APC in Kaduna really shows that they are treating this case of insecurity with kid gloves. And I support the PDP on that. That's quite true. It's a very sad one that they tried as much as possible to cover that case, but the truth came out. They tried as much as possible to cover the fact that over 100 people have been kidnapped, but the truth still eventually did come out when the list of the people that were kidnapped was released. But please, we would like to beg all of those involved, ensure that you get these people released. It has to be said. Ensure that you get these people released. We can't keep having a society where kind of things like this will be happening to people, and we expect just to keep quiet. It's not done. And it's a very sad reminder that our society is fast cascading into an abyss of destruction. So it's very sad. It's a sad narrative. Please, let's ensure that these people come out and do what is right. There's so many other stories making the rounds this evening. This morning. We're just going to be taking them one after the other as they come. CAF slam Algeria with 100,000 fine after explosive clash with Nigeria. So that's another story making the round about CAF slamming Algeria with 100,000 USD fine after the game with Nigeria. I mean, this Nations Cup was riddled with a lot of incidents here and there. The CAF has come down on the Nigeria Football Federation with 100,000 fine and multiple suspension. The sanctions followed a detailed disciplinary review into the events during and after the Algeria versus Nigeria match. Tensions between Algeria and Nigeria are never far from it, from mass bookings on the pitch to violence scenes and stand-up and confrontation after this final whistle. In an official communique, Algeria Football Federation confirmed that they had notified CAF ruling and informs the public of the decision rendered by the disciplinary committee regarding the incident that occurred during the Nigeria-Algeria match for the quarterfinals. Player suspension. Lucas Zidane has been handed 2-match suspension to be served during AFCON 2027 qualifying matches. Rafik Bengali received 4-match suspension and 2-match suspension, which is also applicable to the AFCON 2027 final. CAF also fined FAF, as Algeria FA, multiple categories of misconduct, 5,000 for improper conduct of national team, 25,000 for inappropriate behavior of certain players, 5,000 for the use of smoking bombs by Algeria supporters, 5,000 for objects being thrown by supporters, 50,000 for offensive and abusive gesture, specifically display of banknotes directed at the match referee. Collective sanctions amount to 100,000. And this is going to send a wider message to a lot of people that we must have football with sanity. The big question we should now ask this CAF is that when are they going to find Morocco for going to take towels of goalkeepers? Because they did it to Nwabali. They also did it to Mendy, the goalkeeper of Senegal. When are they going to find Morocco? When are they going to find Morocco for throwing banana at Nwabali? These are the questions we should ask them. You know, in October 2022, a Royal High Court ordered the forfeiture of nearly £2 million linked to Jeremiah Hosseini, a retired Lieutenant General who served as FCT Minister and was one of Abacha's closest aides. Hosseini, whose middle name in the Timbuktu first opened an account with ANG Greenland Bank in Jersey with the name Mr. Tim Shani. The initial account opening for Mr. Tim Shani was done by Sikle Minor, an existing customer of the bank. At the time, there were no know your customer rules, so it was possible to open a numbered account which replaced the identity of an account holder with multiple digit number. Over the next 15 years, money totaling 1.9 million was transferred into 4 accounts held by Mr. Shani with the bank. In 2001, the bank wrote to Husseini believing to be Mr. Shani, informing that the changes to anti-money laundering legislation in Jersey had resulted in stricter regulation, including the need to have a certified copy of his passport. In response, 6 months later, Mr. Shani requested that the entire balance in his account be transferred to a Nigerian bank, in which it transpired that Husseini was a shareholder. This request was rejected and the account was refused permission to operate in February 2003. He made several offers to unfreeze the account and eventually identified himself as the true owner of the Shani accounts. He told the Standard Chartered that his wealth came from businesses in hospitality, petrol station, farming, which we obviously know that was not the case. And when pressed for documentation, he gave vague details about his assets but no proof of income from the 1980s and the 1990s. He claimed he did not use a false name but a coded password name advised by others for his own protection. Jersey's Attorney General concluded the use of alias Tim Shani was meant to conceal the ownership of assets likely of criminal origin. So, and all of this, I've just given you a background of Jeremiah Husseini, is now linked to a judgment delivered by UK Property Tribunal on September 11 that linked Husseini's name to a property dispute under the guise of Tali Shani. The dispute centered on a 79 Randall Avenue house in London Northwest. The property had been claimed by Ms. Tali Shani on one hand and Michael Zekome, a senior advocate of Nigeria, on the other hand. Zekome said he received the house as a gift from Mr. Tali Shani, while the lawyers for Ms. Shani insisted that she was the rightful owner. So the witness known as Tali Shani had testified in favor of Zekome, claiming that he had the powers of attorney over the property and had transferred the property to the respondent of Zekome. Tali Shani asserted the ownership of the property from 1993 and claimed that he appointed Jeremiah Husseini as the property manager, describing Husseini as an elder friend and a business partner. The tribunal disputes all claims that neither Mr. nor Mrs. Tali Shani existed. Instead, he found that Husseini himself was the true owner, having purchased the 1993 property under a false name, including Philip Beacon and Tali Shani. I mean, this just shows you the level of rot and corruption that goes on in our system. The federal government has now filed a criminal charge over alleged forgery and use of false documents in the disputed property case against Zekome. So it was filed by the ICPC, and it reads that you, Zekome of blah 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 within the jurisdiction, purportedly claimed that a property was given to you by Mr. Tali Shani, and act constitutes a felony, and thereby you have committed an offense contrary to Section 3, Section 13. That also you or Zekome, did made a false document to wit of a Nigerian passport bearing the name Tali Shani. That you or Zekome, while being a legal practitioner and senior advocate of Nigeria, dishonestly used a false Nigerian passports. So these are some of the charges being read. I mean, you can see that corruption didn't start today in this country, and the level of corruption. That's the Jeremiah Husseini's case of corruption still raising its ugly head. It's a very sad one for Nigeria.
Very much, Rufai. I nearly called Jeremiah because it's also Husseini. Thank you very much for your thoughts this morning. It was wonderful hearing you again. Okay, it's 7:33. And we're back to the front page. It's still front page anyway. And my name is Nyamgul Agaji. We are being joined at this point by Barrister Darlington, who will also be giving us his thoughts on the headlines this morning. Barrister Darlington, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Nyamgul. How are you?
I'm fine this morning, Barrister. Okay.
Yes.
Let's begin with the leading headline on the Punch newspaper. Counterterrorism campaign. Federal government moves to fast-track trial of 5,000 insurgents. What's your take?
5,000 insurgents. That is not the solution. The terrorist financiers, let them come out. Let them bring them out. Because it is these financiers that are now financing the insurgents. That is the way to go. Why are they delaying that list and those people? Already one Dan Ali Kefas is suing the government because 40 of those people who are financing terrorism have been released. The deadly ones among them have been released and let go. So who released them and where did they go to? You can imagine what is going on. This federal government is not ready to give up these terrorists. All this fast tracking, whatever, that is not the solution. Because It is now known to everybody that when you arrest or when you kill one terrorist, 20 of them will come into Nigeria from nowhere because somebody is financing them. Somebody is giving them the logistics to come in. These people are not acting on their own. Somebody is behind whatever they are doing. The question is, where are those people? Who is backing those people? Who is covering those people? Except the government come out clean on these people. This thing will be with us in the next 100 years. Though. That is my fear. They are not ready to give up these people. That is the most unfortunate thing. The APC-led government is not ready to give up these terrorists because of either an agreement or partnership they had with them. Whatever they are doing now is smooth screen. They are not serious. They are not ready.
Okay, so we have so many stories about insecurity and all that. While the federal government is trying to fast track that, my wonder is, to fast track these, will it even be possible? One of our callers, is it Obin now or somebody? One of them has always been calling for a special court for this kind of trial. Now, the way the courts are in Nigeria now, how will they fast track it? How possible is it for them to fast track these with the kind of system that we have right now? Is that possible?
It is not possible, and it will never be possible, because if you check, whenever they manage to prosecute one of them or any of them, you will never see the face. You only hear the name, and that's all. The last one they did 20 years or so, I think that was immediately Nnamdi Kalu's case. They now did one terrorist. We only had the name, we didn't see the face. We don't even know where the prison where he's serving. So the federal government is afraid of these people, or they have a soft spot for them. They are not ready. Seriously, they are not ready. Everybody can see that. They are not ready. They are still giving them a soft landing for whatever reason. This is a matter that the federal government should be serious about, both federal and state. But from what is going on in Kaduna and what happened in Kaduna, you can see that the government is even hiding these people and claiming that they are not even, they didn't even commit anything. You know? So when you see all these things, are you not supposed to add two and two together? Where federal government is denying the atrocities of these bandits and terrorists to make them look clean, to make them look like good boys. It's unfortunate, seriously. It's very, very unfortunate.
Okay, but now we have stories like Kaduna abduction. We're still collating names. That's according to the police. And then Karim Wali is saying that abductees will return safely. Okay, Uba-san is saying that abductees will return safely. He sounds so sure that the abductees will return safely. And then the police are saying they're still collating names, even after the community has given names of people who were abducted.
That will tell you what is going on. You see this idea of giving us assurance that oh my God. How attention, how did they know? Who gave them that assurance? And you know the most unfortunate thing, whenever they say it will happen like that. He told us when it happened in Niger State. He told us that they are safe and they will return safely. They are all right. So where are they keeping them? And what purpose is that serving? That whenever people are kidnapped, the government will give us assurance that they are safe, nothing will happen to them, they will return safely, and they will return safe. That means there are things that they know that we don't know. That's just the unfortunate issue here. Whenever terrorists need money, they will just go and adopt people randomly, and the government will tell us that there's no problem. Apparently, they must have been communicating with them on phone. Look, don't kill anybody, don't hurt anybody, and they'll give them assurance. It's okay, when you bring the money, we'll release them. Is that not what is happening here? If not, why would terrorists take all the risk to kidnap people. Take all the risk to kidnap people, and then at their own free will, they will not release those people again without anything. Is that possible? Please, is that possible? You can see that government and these people, they are in partnership with in business. That is just the simple truth. Every time they are release them on hold. So why did they take them in the first place? Why? The next time they will go to another locality, another community and kidnap again. Then the same thing. Don't worry, they will return safely. The trauma these people went through, nobody is talking about it though. The trauma they went through in the hands of these bandits, nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about their health, their family, and what they are going through. Giving us assurance that they are well, they will return safely. And so we should not worry. We should not worry.
There are two headlines that I don't even understand how this is. One is saying that the kidnappers that are holding 166 Kaduna worshippers are demanding 29 million naira as deposit, which means they can be paying in installments. Another one is saying that they're demanding for 17 bikes that were taken by the authorities to be released to them so that they can release 177 people that were abducted. Like, the price of the 177 people is 17 bikes. It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know how this is happening in Nigeria.
No, it means that in the terrorist camp, there are two groups. One demanding one thing, the other one demanding another thing. That's just the simple truth here. One person is not in control of the terrorists. There are two groups demanding the several things. If you notice, in that of Niger State, they were releasing those people in piecemeal. That means if you meet the condition of one group, they will release the ones with them. If you release the condition of another group, they will release the ones with them. That's what is happening here. I said this thing has become a business. That is why I am very, very sure it's not going to end soon because of the benefit, the profits. You know, when you are doing a business and you are making a lot of profit, won't you continue that business? That is just the simple truth. They are in business and the business is paying very, very well.
But is it the business of the kidnappers or the police or the security people themselves? Because 17 bikes will have to be collected physically. And if you're paying ransom in installments, that means you're sure, you are very confident of your own security. Collecting in installments.
Get it right. They will tell you where to go and drop the machines for them. They won't come physically like that too. They will tell you where to go and drop the machines for them, and then they will come and pick it. It is after they are picked it, then they will not release your people. Oh, you think they are foolish people, Abi?
But they know
what they are doing.
Pick it physically.
If not, why not?
Interesting.
They will tell them where to drop it and safe haven for them. And they will tell them no nonsense or else we are going to kill people. What do you think is going on here? And then their members among the people that are coming to drop the machines will cooperate fully because something will go with it. You don't know how deep this thing is. You don't know, seriously. It's like a web, intricate web. For 400 people to be financing this, you know that it's not a joke. They actually meant business. Unfortunately, Nigerians don't even understand what is going on. They don't. Seriously, they don't.
Okay, let's look at something else away from security. 2027, the APC national chairman is saying that there will be no appointments for non-APC members.
That is it. That is APC Nigeriana for you. That is the new reform we are hearing. Yambu, you can see the reform we have been hearing about. This is how they want to reform Nigeria. This is the new Nigeria that is coming now. And you think they are joking, Abi? Just wait until they start implementing it. You will not know how far. You will not know how far. This thing that their chairman said, do you think is a joke? It came from the highest echelon of APC. That is their decision to make sure that they remain in power in the next 2 million years. When they are everywhere, when they are in control of everything, tell me how any other party will break through and win election in Nigeria. You can see what we are talking about. If they are everywhere, if their men are everywhere, in the military, in the police, in civil service, in the judiciary, in everywhere, even in Adoro, in Togre, in the executive, in the legislature, tell me how else anybody can win election in Nigeria without them. So just tell me. You can see what we have entered into. What we have entered into, you can see it now. Are we done well, though?
It seems as if it's being test run in 2 states already. Akwa Ibom
already, yes, exactly, and it's working. Nobody is challenging it. Nobody is protesting. Nobody is saying anything. And if they have used those 2 states as a test, this thing, to test run it, and it's working, why would you work at the federal and all over Nigeria? This thing that the governors are defecting to APC, you think is a joke, Abi? There is a sinister move to put Nigeria in one particular pot and cover it. I'm not joking. There is a sinister move. That is to put Nigeria in bondage perpetually, forever. I mean forever. You can only talk and talk. You will not do anything. They are not even interested in what you are saying. That is the plan here. And that is the gap of democracy APC have brought to Nigeria.
In the meantime, it seems there's a little bit of clarity in the opposition camps. The Labour Party has now put to rest what camp is authentic and what camp is not, because Abure has been sacked. So any other, the other camp of Nenadi Usman has been recognized. The same goes for PDP. There's a particular camp now that we know that any party member that comes from there or any candidate that comes from there will be recognized. Do you think this is a plus for the opposition, or is another political gimmick from?
No, it is not no victory here. It is a minefield that has been led for Obi. That is it. This is a minefield deliberately led for Obi to step in. And when Obi step in there now, it will not detonate. Look at it yourself. Was it today that Abure was sacked? Imagine a Supreme Court ruling that will sack Abure, and since that time the man has been acting. Even INEC refused to remove his name from their website. Young, what does that tell you? I mean, after Supreme Court has ruled on this matter, and since that time, Abure has been parading himself all over the place. And the INEC recognized him. They didn't bother. It is now, at this 11th hour, then a federal high court now rule. Is it this one they will accept? Already, this same Abure is going to appeal court. Anyway, I will not blame them. It is the Supreme Court that messed up itself. That's the truth. I can't imagine where a Supreme Court will rule on a matter and the same matter will go to federal high court. You can imagine insult. You can imagine insult. The same matter will go to appeal court and it now goes to federal high court and it now goes to appeal court. So after appeal, they will not go back to Supreme Court. We are, in fact, we are in a mess here. Seriously, we are in a mess. So who told you that Abure will abide by what the federal high court said? If he did not obey Supreme Court, is it the federal high court he will obey? No, tell me.
How much powers do the courts have to enforce their judgment?
If the court has ruled on the matter, it is left for the executive to implement it. But this executive is very silent because it has to do with opposition. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, they are the ones making this impossible to be implemented. Can you just imagine? I remember what Yar'Adua did when he came into office. And Anduba was still in Anambra. after the Supreme Court has ruled that he's no longer the governor, he should get out of that place. But because of Obasanjo, Andoba stayed put. He refused to abide by what the Supreme Court has ruled. It was when Yaradua came in that he ordered him to get out of that place within 24 hours, and it happened. Meanwhile, Yaradua is a PDP man, and Andoba is who's supposed to benefit from this? Is from AFCON. The party difference did not even stop Yaradua from doing the right thing. So this executive that is headed by Tinubu, why is it that he's not asking those people to implement what the Supreme Court or the courts have ruled? Why is it that he's not doing that? Rather, he will be happy to see the opposition in disarray. Meanwhile, they are the ones funding this disarray. They are the ones supervising it. They are the ones orchestrating it. They are the ones. You can imagine. A Supreme Court will rule on a matter, and one small human being somewhere will not disobey the Supreme Court ruling with all manner of gymnastics. It's unfortunate, seriously.
Okay, let's look at education now. Federal government is set to scrap HND dichotomy and to empower polytechnics to award degrees.
It can never happen. This thing has been on since the Obasanjo era. Everybody can prove me wrong. They are not serious. They are not ready for it. They will only say it, and at the end of the day, it will never be implemented. They are not ready. They are not ready. Because Polytechnic and university, they are not the same thing in grade. So what are you saying here? Their curriculum are not the same. This federal government should be very careful so that they don't cause confusion or commotion in the academic circle. Why would you say that Polytechnic and university are the same? On what ground? On what ground? The polytechnics are supposed to provide technical manpower, middle level manpower. Their job are cut out. So what are you saying here? Since they have been saying this since the Obasanjo era, what has come out of it? They are wasting their time. It will never happen, though. It will not happen.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
They say they will make polytechnics to be able to give degrees. So you go to a polytechnic, you have the technical know-how, but you have a degree, so that the dichotomy, especially in the labor market, will not be there anymore.
That means they are going to change their curriculum, because you cannot tell me that you have a BSc in mechanical engineering in the university, and you have the same BSc in mechanical engineering in Polytechnic. How will you rate the two people when you employ them? This one will say, I came from Unilag, I came from university. This one will say, I came from Yaba Poly, Yaba whatever. So what are you saying here? If you want to do something right. Let them create a university. Maybe technical university, like University of Technology. You can learn all the technical know-how there. That is just the truth. You remember that there are private technical schools around. Those ones, they will equally award what certificate will they award? You can see the confusion here. What certificate will those people award to? That's just the truth. There are polytechnics that are privately owned. What will they award? Is it the same degree? They should be very careful.
Okay. Some people think that is a good thing that the dichotomy will be scrapped, and they are in support. But this is a new angle now. Okay. So
they didn't because of the selfish interest. If you go now, somebody is pushing it because of the interest they have. Maybe that's the certificate they have. So they want to make it look like so that they can climb up in the civil service. They can climb up. Is that how things are done? If you make it an all-commerce affair, then there will be no need for any ambition, no need for any grade, no need for any pursuit. That's just the simple truth. If you check the curriculum, are they the same thing? The volume of work done in the universities, is it the same volume of work that is done in the poly? Maybe from their lecturers and all that. Is it the same volume of work? The answer is no. So why do you want to put them together?
Okay, there's a story that the government has said to the judiciary that they should rest assured of continued support. You are in the judiciary more or less, so how do you take that information that the government will
They are supporting them for one reason and one reason only, not for election. Is that not the only reason? We all know this is now. Look, I told you the other time that more groups will be supported as this election is coming closer. MC Oluoma and his boys, Alan the man is sharing 5,000 somewhere. So very soon they too will get support. Agberos will get support, full support under this government. If you don't support them, who will not do the dirty job during the election? They will get support. Yambu, quote me. Agberos will get support. Everybody has to play a role in this election. They will get support, except you and I. That will tell you how this government operates. They operate like a mafia. If you are not for us, they are against us. So they have looked around. Everybody will play a role. All of them are getting support gradually.
So, but do you think the judiciary can be self-sufficient, sponsor itself, and do everything on its own without the support of government?
They refuse to ask for their rights. Their money is supposed to be first line charge. You're supposed to be included in the budget. And when the budget is released, you give them their money. They sort out themselves. Whatever they need, everything is for them. They don't need to go cap in hand begging you for money. Because they are independent arm of government, independent. The people that created the governance and this democracy, the Yambu, that was why they did this so that nobody will control anybody. That was the idea. Yambu, that is the idea. That is why an FBI in the United States can go and investigate the sitting president of America, Joe Biden, because they have nothing to do with him. Their money they don't need to depend on him for anything. That is the truth. That is why this thing is working over there. But in Nigeria, it's a different kettle of fish. So what is on paper is not what is in practice. You don't have the three independent arm of government. They are never independent, too. They are never independent. It is even worse in this administration, where the executive is controlling almost everything, including our lives. That is just the irony here. From what we are seeing today, it will be difficult for any of these arm of government to be independent. Very difficult. If not, why would the FCC minister build the houses for judges, buy cars? On what ground? On what ground? As if that is not enough. The executive is now giving the legislators some furniture allowance, wardrobe allowance, toilet allowance, all those things. Are you supposed to be doing all that for them? You're supposed to give them their money under the budget. Let them use it and sort out themselves. That's how it's supposed to be. But because you want them to be tied to your apron strings, you keep the money and be giving it to them on piecemeal as a largesse to do your dirty job.
Okay. Before we go into the next headline that I'd like you to talk about, I just got a message here from AB from Ekpe, and he said that we should not distort facts. Supreme Court never sacked Julius Abure. Supreme Court said the parties should solve their matter themselves.
It's a lie. Who said that nonsense? That person should shut up. Go and read the last page of that judgment. Go and read the last page of that judgment. Go and read it. Who said that nonsense? This is how people distort the facts. What do you mean? Okay, you said that High Court has sacked him now. Where did he get the impetus? I don't know people who told them what they don't know. Especially who don't know anything about the law. Go and read the last page of that Supreme Court judgment. Go and read what they said there. Rubbish. By the way, how long will Julius Abure stay in office? His office has expired since last year, and you see the up to today. Is he going to stay there forever? Hold on, is he going to stay there forever? What nonsense? People don't talk anyhow. He never sacked. What do you know about the judicial pronouncement and decision? If they give you judgment, can you interpret what is there? Can you interpret it? Go and read it. Go and read what I told you now. I'm sure that thing is the internet. Or go and Google it and read it before you start talking. Is that not the reason why they went to court, to the Federal High Court? And if you check what they said at the Federal High Court, they validated what the Supreme Court said, for God's sake. Why are people talking like this? That is just judgment. They made reference to what the Supreme Court said. So what is all this? Please.
Okay. I hope you've heard that, AB from Ekwe. So maybe you should research even more, because you are the one saying that the VOP is distorting facts and what.
You can imagine. You can imagine.
So,
you can imagine.
I just needed to bring that out so that you can say something about it. In the meantime, Hussaini's UK house, Ezekome's arraignment fixed for Monday. What have you to say about this Ezekome's case, UK property, Hussaini, Jeremiah Hussaini, and all that?
Yangu, to tell you the truth, I am highly disappointed on this matter. I never believed that this kind of thing, to an FAN of that height. Seriously, I never thought of it that it will ever happen. So I want to be careful until this matter is decided in court. Let me know the truth. Because up till now, I said I cannot believe that Ozekome can be involved in this type of thing. I'm not joking. I cannot. What kind of money? What kind of house? What kind of money? What kind of house is he looking for? For somebody to forge their passport and whatever. I mean, is the house built with gold? It's unfortunate, seriously. I want to see what will happen in court, since the matter is in court. Because the man involved here, no. I can't think of it, seriously. I cannot think of it. It's unfortunate. Because I don't want to believe that it's the political witch hunting or whatever. No, I don't want to go there. Because of the passport forgery and all that. So let me see what will happen in court. Let the matter be decided in court. Before I will not say, so it has gotten to this level.
Okay. Well, finally, U.S. plans options to protect Christians in Nigeria soon.
Please, let him hurry up. Yangu, let him hurry. Let Jonathan hurry up. Whether they will give us gun, all of us will carry gun. Let him hurry up. Because there's always an alternative. Since this will don't want to let go. I told you here that these guys, they are not ready to let go. I told you here. They are not ready. They and their sponsors, they actually meant business. They don't want to let go. I'm not joking. So that we don't stay in our house one morning and you'll be hearing your life for Islam. Your life for Islam. Allah Akbar. So let them bring that person now. There must be always an alternative. Because this Tinubu is not ready to fight these people. He's not ready. It is very, very obvious. He's not ready. As I talk to you now, Jambu, some people have occupied Benue and Plateau villages. Terrorists from another part, we don't even know where they came from. And the federal government is just keeping quiet. And since those people in IDP camps, they are not Nigeria, they don't even matter. And their home seat, their ancestral home, is being occupied by terrorists. Terrorists, for God's sake. If those people were in the IDP camp were to be Muslim houses of Fulanis, will it happen like that? Will they neglect them like that? No, those people who are making noise, I am telling you that every one of them in that IDP camp are purely Christians. I challenge them, let them go and show me one Fulani or Hausa man that is in that IDP camp in Benue and Plateau. Let them show just one of them. Bring out the person. Go and bring out the person from that IDP camp and show me that is a Fulani man or a Hausa man to tell you what is going on here. And then go and show me those people occupying their villages. What language do they speak and what religion do they profess? You will not get an idea of what is going on. Every time they will be deceiving Christians because we are so peaceful. You can see what our peace have cost us. You can see it now. What our peaceful nature have cost us. And I've been telling them the day the Christians will wake up, the day they will wake up, let nobody complain. No. Let nobody complain because we know how to do things.
Okay. Well, this is how much we can take from you this morning, Barrister. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. We've been talking with Barrister Darlington. He was giving us his thoughts on the headlines. It's time to open the lines now. We have like 10 minutes to be together this morning before we take a break and return at 10:30. Remember, today is also Thursday, and that means the doctor will be coming to visit as it is. So get ready your questions to ask so that we don't have a deficit. Sometimes we end the show and we still have like 50 questions coming in, and there's only so much we can take in the space of time that we have. It's from 11 to 11:30. So be ready at that time to send your messages. We don't expect you to call us. We're hoping that you're going to be sending your messages to us when that time comes. So call us right now for the headlines, whatever you want to say about the headlines, or send us a message. The numbers to call are 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, and 080 3692 9933, 080 3692 9933. You can also use WhatsApp 081 7175 6338, 081 7175 6338. Call us now. Let's hear what you have to say. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Innocent. I'm calling from Amuru Water First State.
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Innocent.
Yeah, at least I say no. Before, when our president is out of the country, everybody is talking. Let Mr. President come back. Let him come back. Now I have come. So what is the difference now? Are they not be kidnapping people again? So what is the difference on Mr. President come back? You know, when they are speaking, come, it's like if he can things will change. Nothing. So they have seen it now. And this Jeremiah saying they are talking about $2 million or £2 million or whatever. That man is like that time is they are just learning work. Let them come and learn in the APC and the PDP. We are hearing 20 billion outside the country, 15 billion, 18 billion dollars. These people are talking about $2 million, not billion. But now we are hearing 20 billion. So person keep outside the country, $10 billion. So person keep is our Nigeria money. So it's like all those Jeremiah, they are learning. They are just learners. So they come and learn work to this people. And again, the problem they are having, the people say you want to change you want to collect our government. I don't think we are ready. Because as I'm seeing, we are still doing in this ABC. Because the hope we have is Obi and Atiku. That's only two people that can stand together and get this power. Minus that, any dreamer is just a dreamer. So I'm just surprised when the two of them cannot understand themselves, to help Nigerians, to help all the Nigerians. Because if they divide themselves, this one go another party, this one go another party, then the APC will lose 75%. And it will be worse than what we are seeing now. So the advice I will give will be, and their secret. Obi, even if you are the best, because nobody is the best, it's only God that gives the best. Even if people say, are you telling you that you are the best? Calm down. They say, my people say, you cannot go closer. If you cannot go closer, you will not bite any person. Go closer to this government so that you can be able to do that you want to do to Nigeria. Let us see. Because if you are far away from government, you cannot do anything. Join with your people and make sure that you people go together and get this power. Because if you come for Southeast, where will be coming from? Nobody is going. Their governor there is not supporting him. When you come for State, my state is APC. When you say where is Obi is going to stand to declare that he is declaring that he's going to all the whole Nigeria Delta that support him the other time, their governor now is in APC. So it's very hard. It's 50-50. Parties pay 50. Governor takes 50. And all the cases will be negligent because he did not turn up early. Thank you. God bless you.
Bless you too. I just like to observe that when he pulled that crowd, all the governors were not in Labour Party. If he had support in those states, they were not belonging to Labour Party at that time. So there's still a possibility. This is not me saying campaigning, but it's saying that anybody that comes from anywhere, the governor only has one vote. So miracles can still happen. Okay, let's see this call. Oh, let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Morning, my name is Robert.
Good morning, Bob.
Nyambo,
Yes,
my talk this morning is on this Ezakome's
case, yeah.
alleged acquisition of Jeremiah Suseni's property. I am not in support of corruption, okay, but I want it to be fought holistically.
Yeah.
You understand? I think this regime, this Tinubu regime, the owner of Sahara Reporters, alleged that Wiki has property in Florida. Himself and his wife. Up to today, the FCC has gone quiet, ICPC quiet, nobody hear anything about that issue. You understand? So somebody who is serving this government acquire property outside the shore of this country, and is a public servant anyway. No, but the so-called anti-graft agencies are keeping quiet. I'm so concerned about that.
Yeah.
That Osakome issue is coming up. A Malameo issue came up the other day. Why are they not fighting this thing holistically? Are they being partial or being sentimental about this corruption crusade they are alleged to be fighting in this country? Thank you very much, Nyango. God bless you for giving me the opportunity to speak on your station.
God bless you too. God bless you too. Okay, yeah. So let's take your calls. Keep the calls coming. Keep the messages coming. Hello, good morning. Good morning. I wonder why this is happening. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yango. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is John Legend calling from Mushi.
Okay, John,
please
go ahead.
My take this morning is I am begging the United States, even myself, I am doubting if the United States have been compromised, like Britain, that colonized us for all these years, that they are killing Christians. I believe that 100% of 90% of or 80% of Britain, they are Christians, or even 70% if I'm not mistaken. They just close their eyes as if that nothing is happening. The way they are killing Christians, but they say that they are the one that gave us independence, which means they are the problem of Nigeria. Now America has come to help us. I am even asking if America has not been compromised, because since that day they came to Sokoto and bombed, people are still dying, and they are still adopting Christians day and night. If they want to come, I am begging them, if they can hear my voice, let them help us to come. Let them stop all this they are bargaining with Nigerians, because the same Nigerians we are there when they took over to 100 and something people, and they fly, whether they fly or they go underground, they kidnap 100 and move to almost 4 churches, and they kidnap people, and the same police, the same security that are telling us that there was no kidnapping, there was no this thing, and at the end of the day they now have believed that there is, which means Nigeria don't have a data, we don't have anything, we are just empty. If they can come, I am begging United States of America, I'm begging Trump to help us to come and make sure that all this nonsense in Nigeria, and they should put eye in our election. The most important thing is they should put eye in 2027 election, that they should help us and give us a credible election. If for my vote, that's so that my vote can count.
Yeah. Because
if you have a good leader, all this nonsense will stop. If you don't have a leader, we don't have a government, we don't have a country. But if you have a good leader, we have a country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take this message before we join Chi Chomsi for Gada. So, okay. Let's pray for forgiveness and stop blaming only the police. Corruption is everywhere. Can you imagine my son and over 40 students in a class attending a government junior secondary school in Surulere will always be mandated to bring a broom each and contribute money for Parker every term? Is that not corruption? Because I can tell you for free that they can't be using all these brooms in a term. I wonder what the Ministry of Education is doing, except if not that they are probably collaborating with these schools. I therefore call on the Lagos State government through Commissioner of Education to critically look into this matter before situation will get out of hands, that parents will no longer be able to bear it, because this is nothing but illegal extortion. Finally, We are appealing to ICARE EDC Ijegum Business Unit to please restore power in Ijegamo community. This latest development of restoring power supply from 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. is nothing to write home about, as it's not commensurate with the amount they are bringing every month. Olorangba, Eko Nibajeo. God bless Nigeria. Temitokwe Onatoye from Ijegamo community. Thank you very much, Temitokwe. We'll take a break now to make some money. Let me say that so that you can forgive me. In this Nigeria, we need every kobo. So we'll join the Gada lady, Chichamzi, to talk to us about Gada this morning. After that, we're going to hand over the mic to the Igboamaka team to take on until we're going to return at 10:30. What am I saying? Yes, 10:30 we'll come back. But remember, today is the doctor's visiting day, as it is. So be ready with your questions, your health problems that you may want to have solutions to, and ask the questions. And we encourage you to send messages rather than call us when that time comes. It's at 11 o'clock, from 11 o'clock to 11:30, and then we continue with the program. So good morning and welcome, Chichamzi.
Good morning, Lagosians, good morning, Nigerians.
Give us the update.
Yeah, as usual.
Yeah.
You know, I keep telling people that it's time for Nigerians to start doing the right thing. We should stop doing Ponzi. I was surprised last Saturday in my training. I was asking some people who would like to get a 100,000 and multiply it to 300,000 in the evening. A lot of people were raising their hands to show you that this thing called Ponzi has penetrated inside some people's blood. But I was able to tell them distinguish the two. When you engage in Ponzi, you keep losing money. But when you do the real business, you keep building. So in Gather social media platform, we build this business for people. I keep telling people that we help people grow their money, nurture it, so that it will have a permanent, a strong tap root that you pluck this money all your life. So that is what it is. So in Gather social media platform, it builds wealth for you in all round. When it comes, is the social media platform, okay, for the first listeners that are listening to me for the first time, Gather social media platform is a social media platform like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and all. But this comes with a difference in the sense that you don't need to be monetized to start making money. Other platforms will tell you to be monetized. And for you to be monetized, you have 5,000 followers. Even at 5,000 followers, you find out that some people are selling their monetized accounts. And why? Because they are not maintaining it. But in Gather social media platform, we said, come and make money together with us. In the sense that when you come in post, check your wallet, your money is already there. You withdraw to your local bank account. My beautiful presenter, last week, I told you to mention some figures. Do you know that another figure has dropped today again? I was able to see 1,300,000, 1,700,000, January. Remember that December, January is when Ponzi will be closing. Imagine Gather social media platform, they are paying people millions. Do you know that these millions they are paying people, they did not put any 1 naira in that platform? The only thing they added is their data. That data they would have put there to chat with friends for free. But here, put the same data, post, you make millions. Post, share your link. My beautiful presenter, you see this platform is a God sent. I keep saying God has blessed Nigeria, unless if you don't want to see the blessing from my own point of view. Now we're talking about their share. Oh God. This time last year, our share was mere 3,000, 2,000. Today, the share is 30,000 plus. Imagine people that bought 2,000 pieces of this share, January. If they pick just 100 pieces, my beautiful friends, you know how much they are making? People called me December, madam, I could finish my building thanks to Gather share. I said, what do you mean? You know, I bought plenty and I sold some. Now, we don't call it share anymore. We say, come and partner with Gather social media platform. Come, close, partner with us. So if you want to be part of this beautiful organization. We have all the certificates now that qualify us. CAC is there, EFCC is there, SEC is there. I don't know what you want again. So we are certified in Nigeria completely. So come and be part of this beautiful organization. We also have our digital asset. In fact, if I start saying what is in Ghana, time will fail us. So I'm just mentioning some so that when you come for the training, people that are living close to Alafia, Maitu, ISIS, there will be a training this morning by 10 a.m. As I'm leaving the studio, I'm going for the training. Now, this is for people that are coming on Saturday at Ikeja, 3 Obebi Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos, by 10 a.m. on Saturday. On Saturday, people that will be coming for Ikeja training, the venue is 3 Obebi Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos. The time is 10 a.m. No African time. You know why? Wazobia people are joining us on Saturday. So if you don't come early, you might not get seat. Seat was an issue last Saturday. It was everywhere was filled. They were even hiring seats and people were standing. So if you want to know to observe that, please come early. Now, the number to say book me. Say book me. Don't call me. People call. I will see 1 million missed calls in my phone. But if you send me a text message, I will answer you. Please say book me for this training. Remember that you must register with my link. If you don't use my link, I keep saying it, I like being sincere. If you come with any issue regarding the social media platform, I won't help you. I like being sincere. You know I'm in radio station. Good. So register with my link so that when you call me, I look at you at my genealogy, you are there, fine, I will help you. Please, people in my team, if you know that you have not posted up to 300, 500,000, don't place withdrawal in my team. I don't want 10,000, 20,000. I don't want it, please. I'm saying it very clearly. Now,
why? If you have a problem that you need,
that's 500,000, 200 is motivating. It's motivating. Do you know what they do? When they post within 2-3 days, they place withdrawal. I don't like it. Post it to 3 weeks, it will gather. Send your withdrawal. Start posting again. Because our withdrawal is within 1 month. I don't know if you're getting me. Facebook is even 2 months. Our own is 1 month. So by the time 1 month, that withdrawal you place will drop. You have gathered another 300, 400,000 for me. It gives joy. My team in Abuja are the one withdrawing 4 million. Yes, I was in Abuja last year. By this time last year, I was in Abuja before coming to VOP here. So they are doing very well. I want my team in Lagos to be doing the same thing. That is what I want. So now, say book me to this number. 080, WhatsApp preferable. 080 375 057 37 080 375 057 37. You see what I'm saying? They are calling me. Now my PS number is 081 60 65 39 56 081 60 65 39 56. Please, if you send message to me I did not respond and you are in a hurry, move it to my PA. She will answer you. My personal number remains 080 375 05737. My PA's number remains 081 60 65 39 56. Okay. The venue remains 3 Obebi Road, Sweet Sensation Building, Ikeja, Lagos. Time stands 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. So instead of saying cut soap for me, this is the soap they're cutting for you. Try to do the needful. Well, we'd like to thank the GADA Miss Chichomzi, that's how she calls herself. We're going to take a break now, and we'll return at 10:30 for the continuation, or the second half, as we like to call it, of the front page review. Remember, within that time, we are going to also have the doctor who will be talking to us on various health issues. So if you have an issue that you would like to be addressed, get that message ready. As soon as it's 11 o'clock, send the message. Don't send it now, because now we're still trying to get all the messages meant for the headlines to come in and collate them so that we can read them later on. So send them when it is 11 o'clock, so that when we go to messages coming in from 11 o'clock, we'll just know that they're health related. So don't go away. So we take that break now, and when we return, we hope that we'll still find you there.